Sussex disappeared. Netflix brings an absolute embarrassment to Meghan and Harry. A Netflix insider has revealed something that doesn't reflect well on the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Where do they go from here? Hello, and a very warm welcome to LVT News. I am sure you all have heard the old saying, out of the mouths of babes. Well, when it comes to the gruesome tuition, Harry, and making the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, it's more like out of the mouths of Netflix sources. These mysterious anonymous streaming insiders show up with a degree of regularity in the land of the Sussex. Like when one revealed the company was planning to get their pound of flesh out of Meghan and Harry. Or when the news was revealed that Meghan and Harry had fallen out with their first. And this week, we got a whole new bit of Netflix insider info. An anonymous source has showed up in the Daily Mail to claim that the powers that be inside Netflix are feeling relieved that Harry, the world's most famously miserable Princess Hamlet, is planning to go to the coronation of his father, King Charles. But, no, it's not because they're wanting him to bring them back some digestives or get the autograph of the Archbishop of Canterbury instead. It is because, according to the source, the people who write Meghan and Harry's checks are aware that their currency depends on him still being seen as an active member of the royal family. And they're claiming that Meghan and Harry's celebrity status is starting to. This news coming from the Netflix source marked something of a turning point. This is the first time that somebody who was allegedly inside the company has come out and expressed some worries over their investment in the royal refusal. And if we read between the lines, it sounds a lot like the people inside of Netflix headquarters are worrying that Meg and Harry, they become the Hollywood equivalent of crypto, overhyped and overvalued. And everyone's a bit over it with this news. It seems like Harry and Meghan have gone from a couple of hot commodities to some lukewarm leftovers. This month marked 3 years since Meghan and Harry left their royal positions to Ford. Brave New lives in the U.S., where they would be free to drink as many vegan lattes as they want and discuss their truth and also raise chickens. And right after they left Royal Live, what came after were big corporations excitedly lining up to throw money at the two of them for the first time in nearly a century ever since Edward VIII decided that long afternoons with Wallis Simpson trumps the throne. Members of the House of Windsor had wanted out, and the corporate giants had been wanting. So corporations such as Spotify and Netflix and Better Off the Harry Walker Agency, fintech asset manager Ethic and Penguin Random House were soon sending out press releases bragging about having secured the talents of Harry and Meghan. But a whole lot has changed since then, has it not? So have Harry and Meghan hit something of a dead end in America? Well, in the story and the mail that featured the Netflix anonymous source, they were also quoting a senior executive. Disney is saying what Harry and Meghan do next is the $64,000 question everyone in Hollywood is asking. You could argue the bloom is starting to fade from the rose. What is their currency? And even though people in Hollywood are asking, so far, it looks like Harry and Meghan do not have an answer. Their most marketable commodity, their willingness to lay bare the inner workings of royal life, much like the Edward Snowdens of Kensington Palace, is one with a very limited shelf life. Indeed, they just can't keep on telling the same stories of woe over and over again and expect people to remain interested, much less sympathetic to their. And maybe this is something that Harry and Meghan realize, considering that Meghan has basically disappeared from view altogether. In fact, Meghan and Harry have not showed up in public together in 5 whole months. All of those book promoting interviews that Harry did in January, he did all by himself. So where is Meghan? Well, according to a recent report in The Telegraph, Meghan has been busy with her vision board. She's got the coffee percolating. She is planning and regrouping. Specifically, there are a few reports suggesting that Meghan is in the throes of trying to reboot her blog, The Tig. Reportedly, she wants to get back into the lifestyle. But the problem is that market is certainly oversaturated these days. We've got Kourtney Kardashian's Push, Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop, Kate Hudson's Stapled X Reese Witherspoon's Draper James, and a successful makeup lines from people like Selena Gomez and Rihanna and Kylie Jenner. And those are only. So it looks like the market of celebrity women selling their wares is overcrowded. So is anybody going to care about what Meghan recommends for the best cashmere throws? Probably not. There have also been reports suggesting that the gruesome twosome are considering moving a descriptive content for Netflix like rom-com, which sounds a bit ridiculous and outside their wheelhouse for sure. Now, recently, the well-known British journalist Gordon Rayner wrote of Meghan in The Telegraph. Having been through the trauma of Megxit, the British chapter of her life is behind her and in front of her, all pathways are in the US. Well, the only problem with that are the people of the US. Is excited to have Meghan there as she is to be there. According to polling that was done earlier this month, only 36% of Americans have a favorable view of Meghan, and 24% hold an unfavorable view starting from such a half-hearted base. Meghan doesn't